What's up guys, 6X Player here. Today I'm doing a deck profile for my Galaxy Blaukluger Nova Grappler deck. Let's get started. This deck is amazing because of the one card they have, the starter. What makes the deck really good? The starter is, it goes to the rear guard, and when your Vanguard with blau in its name hits your opponent's Vanguard, you can combat one, look at top 3 cards, add 1 blau card to your hand, and the rest you can shuffle back in the deck. So you plus 1 card for 1 counterblast. And you look at top 3 and add 1 blau card to your hand. That's amazing. And the best part is, he stays on the field. So next turn you can do the same thing. The fact that he stays on the field makes this card so good. So and he doesn't even have to boost the Vanguard. It's just whenever your Vanguard with blau in its name hits your opponent's Vanguard. Yeah, this card is amazing. 4 of the boss card, Galaxy Blaukluger. Now a lot of people get confused by this card's effect because the Japanese text and the English text are worded differently, but the effect is the same thing. So his effect is when he attacks your opponent, when a Vanguard with blau its name or a rear guard hits your opponent's Vanguard, you can combat 2 and discard 2 cards from your hand to stand this card and the booster behind it. This makes this card really good because it's your Vanguard or rear guard hits your opponent's Vanguard, you can stand him and the booster behind him. So if I have a field like this, they have to guard him, and him, because I'm going to attack for 16 and then 16 all the boosters, because if either one hits, his skill activates stand. Now his effect only activates when the first attack hits your opponent's Vanguard. So when the first blau unit hits your opponent's Vanguard, only then you can activate the limit break effect. You cannot activate it if it's the second attack or the third attack. So the first attack that hits your opponent's Vanguard. Just to be clear. So this makes your whole field into an end. Because they have to guard this, they have to guard this, they have to guard this. So that's pretty amazing. And this puts early pressure, so they have to guard my Vanguard. I've seen people do that many times. So yeah, Galaxy Blaukluger is amazing. Next off, I run 4 Break Ride. The Break Ride is the new Break Ride for Nova Grapplers, Mon Blaukluger. It's a better ethics buster. So when you ride on top of it, Vanguard gets plus 10,000 and gets skill. When your Vanguard attacks, you can combat 1 to stand all of your rear guards. Yes, all of your rear guards. Ethics Buster only stands your front row. This card stands all of your rear guards. This makes this too amazing. If you have 4 counterblasts, you can actually do 8 attacks. The first 2 have to go to the rear guard. I'll explain that later. But this break ride is amazing. The reason this deck is good is because even if I don't get the break ride, this card is good by himself. If I don't get this card is good by himself. Because you can go break ride on top of break ride and can do 6 attacks. I mean 5 attacks. Yeah, but it's pretty good. The grade 3 lineup is solid. Next off are to the grade 2s. The main best grade 2 for the deck. Mars Blaukluger. Now Mars skill is when your Vanguard with blau in its name attack hits your opponent's Vanguard, you can combat 1 to stand this card and he gets plus 5,000. So when your Vanguard attack hits, this card stands back up and he gets plus 5. This card is amazing. This makes your Vanguard threat a lot more, especially with this swinging. Yeah, it's great. So you got to run 4. Next I run 2 Blaukluger. He's Vanguard skill only. So when he attack hits your opponent's Vanguard, you can unflip 1 damage. Now I run only 2 because it's only Vanguard skill. So, and the deck does counterblast a lot, so I only want to run 2 since it's only Vanguard skill. I run 2 Jupiters. Oh, by the way, when you ride this attack, you can activate a skill, counterblast 1, get get one card from the top 3, and his skill to unflip. So it's a free +1. That's pretty amazing. I run 2, the vanillas, Jupiter, Blaukluger. I run Jupiter because he's really good. If you ride this, and then next turn your opponent attacks with the Mobius Breath or a Lynch you, and you want to protect him, so it's easy 10k guard if you have him on the field, on your Vanguard. And plus you need more Blaukugers in your front row for this card to work. So yeah, you need Blaukugers. I run 3 12k attackers, Gross Boar or something. So if Vanguard has blau in its name, this card can attack for 12k. Now I only run 3 because it's not a blau. So when this card attack hits, I cannot stand him. But I still run them because they actually help me out a lot. 12k attackers are still good, and you only need blau in the front row for this card. So you're fine with the break ride. You can just go break ride on top of break ride. But you can easily intercept with this card and let him die. So there's not an issue of running this card. On to the good ones. I run 4 Clay Doll Mechanics. You have to run 4 in my opinion. His skill is when he's placed on the rear guard, you can choose one card from your damage zone and unflip it. So he's a damage unflipper just for calling it on the rear guard. This deck counterblasts a lot, so you need damage unflippers, and he's one of the best ones. So 4 of those. 2 Dancing Wolves. Dancing Wolves is a pretty good. He works well with the break guide. So you attack with this rear guard column, and then you attack with the break ride, and break ride skill stand. So Dancing Wolf's skill is when he stands back up, he gets plus 3000 during the battle phase. So it's a 10k booster. That's really good for combos. And if they retire this, you can just call this behind the Vanguard, and you can do those columns. When he stands back up, his skill, he stands back up. So swing for 21 again. Yeah, it's pretty good. 2 Dancing Wolves. If you don't want to run Dancing Wolves, you can run 2 Tough Boys. It's the same thing. 1 Energy Charger. Placed on the rear guard, Soul Blast 2 to draw a card. Only 1 because you only have 2 to 3 soul. So draw is important. I run 3 Polar Sterns. They're the 10k attackers, like Maron. When it attacks, if you're Blau Vanguard, it gets plus 3000. Now I run this because you want the early game rush. It's not a Blau, so again, it does not work with this. But late game, it just becomes a 7k booster, so it doesn't really matter. He's there for the early game pressure, and I haven't had problems with him. 4 Perfect Guards for the Blaus. The new Perfect Guards with Blaus. So this is really good because now you can look at top 3 and add this to your hand. So you can add a Perfect Guard to your hand, and that's amazing. So 4 Perfect Guards with Blaus. On to the triggers. 4 Red Lightning. Red Lightning, put in the soul to unflip 1 damage. I'm obviously going to run these. 6 crits. 4 draw. 6 draw. 6 crits, 6 draw. You need the draw triggers because if you face Eradicators, you're pretty much in a bad matchup. So you need the draw power to build up your field again. And lastly, 4 heal triggers. Let me show you the combo. Combos are pretty simple. Well, okay. Okay, so people say don't run this, but you can always go attack rear guard. You can go attack rear guard, and now attack this. Now they have to guard this. If they don't, I can limit break and stand this card. Let's just say they guard this. Perfect guard. I get a trigger. Let's say draw a trigger. This will swing for 21. They have to guard this because this is Blau, and when the first Blau attack hits your opponent's Vanguard, limit break activates. So stand. That puts so much pressure. And you can always intercept with this guy, so you don't need to have him in the front row. But And you can always go break ride on top of break ride. Yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much what your field looks like. You go break ride, plus 10,000. 16 at your opponent's rear guard. Remember to tag the rear guard, because you want to. You need your first blau to hit your opponent's vanguard to activate his skill. So attack your opponent's rear guard. Attack your opponent's rear guard. Attack your opponent's vanguard for 26. Break ride skill. Counterblast 1. Stand. This unit gets plus 3,000. And now they have to guard this, this, this. They have to let one of them hit, basically. If they don't want him to stand, they have to guard all 3 attacks. And that makes the deck really good. This is already at 21, and this is already at 26. So it puts the pressure for your opponent to guard. So it basically makes your whole deck the end field. It's pretty good. So let's just say they guard this, perfect guard. And I get triggers, attack, attack, and attack. They cannot guard this. Limit break, stand, discard 2 cards from your hand, stand, attack, break ride skill, counterblast 1, stand, stand. And that's only if you have 4 counterblast. But normally you would get 2 on the front rear guard your opponent has, attacks your opponent's vanguard, stand, stand. So your front row of your opponent is being attacked. That's really good if they guard. But still, they're losing the front row. And then you have attack, they have to guard, attack, they have to guard, attack, they have to guard. So the deck is really good. It's actually really good. I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Thanks guys for watching. I'll see you next time.